What's going on, this is another 2K in the world, back on another NBA 2K26, my team video. I'll be doing a quick overview of Kevin Cruz's video talking about rhythm shooting. Make sure you check out his channel, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. And he's posted really good content from Community Day, and also gave really good feedback on shooting this year. So shooting is one of the most important things in the game. So if you don't know how to shoot, guess what? You won't win, all right? So he's going to talk about rhythm shooting and the difference between 2K25 and 2K26. So I'm just kind of break this down in parts. We're not going to go through the whole video, but we're just going to touch on the key points. And thank y'all for checking me out. So let's get into it.
Rhythm shooting was insane in Community Day. And I guess what people are upset about is that you don't need to necessarily time the shot release window. Now you just have to time your tempo. And I think people are caught up with the surface level discussion because they see a white for timing and they think that that's a cheat code. But in this video, we're going to break everything down, including the hidden mechanics surrounding rhythm shooting and
All right, so it's important to know he talked about tempo, okay? So the main thing 2K wanted to remove this year was RNG and shooting, okay? And they've done that by implementing rhythm shooting. And he's going to tell you later on in the video that at least at this point in the game, there's no boost between either shooting with the button or shooting with rhythm shooting, okay? So for me, I like to shoot with the shot meter just so I can learn the different shots throughout the year. I don't know if there's going to be a boost if you turn the meter off. More likely there will. There has been the past couple years. I don't see why that would change, and that would lean more into what they want to call a skill gap, right? So we'll see how that plays out. So let's keep going.
why this is actually a big improvement over 2K25. So rhythm shooting is a two-motion input where you pull the right stick down to initiate your shot and then push it up once you reach your set point, matching the tempo of your shot release motion. In NBA 2K25, it gave a ridiculous boost that it didn't make sense to really shoot with anything other than rhythm shooting.
All right, and so there is a possibility to double green a shot, okay? So if the tempo is excellent and the timing is excellent, you can have a double green, okay? Which I think is pretty cool and pretty neat. And one thing about if you time the tempo correctly, your timing does not have to be perfect every time. Okay, so that would be the biggest difference. So it may seem like whites or contestants are going in. He did post a video about defense. I'm going to watch that one later to see if there were any real changes to it. But I think 2K will have to look at the contest system to make the game a little bit more balanced. But we know if the game is faster, players are scoring more points. They'll be more likely to play the game, spend money, and those type of things, okay?
So here what you can see is we perfectly timed our set point and the tempo of our rhythm shot, resulting in greens all around. But in 2K26, enhanced rhythm shooting doesn't require that you time your set point correctly. Now your shot timing will manipulate your player's body and essentially change the speed of your release. Release the timing too early, you will have a quicker release, and release it too late, you will have a lazier release. Let me tell you, man, I'm gonna have
So I think that's important as well because now the player has more control over the shooting speed, okay? So like in previous 2K, somebody was closing out quickly, the game will automatically make automatically make your jump shot faster. This year, that won't be the case. You choose how fast you want your jump shot to be, whether if it's slow, medium, or fast, and that removes the RNG aspect of shooting, okay?
a separate discussion on shoot. Essentially, what's in the changes in timing for rhythm shooting? So I ran a few tests during Community Day, getting a slightly early release and comparing that with an excellent release. And as you can see from the audio in the clips, there is a clear difference in the timing of the tempo for both shots. On the right is where we have slightly early timing, and as you can see, at our release point, we are just above our set point in the excellent release. So visual really hard on J-Dub. So I initiated the no dip jumper, but also I initiated a quick release for rhythm shooting. So that 23% contested release potentially could have been 50 or above if I did use either mechanic. So the combination of both those mechanics just gives you a skill-based way to enhance your shooting. So, but what's the catch? Now that I don't...
So one thing he did mention was using the L trigger to trigger the fast jump shot on the catch and shoot, along with tempo shooting will allow you to get your shots off quicker and also reduce the amount of a contest on the shot. So I like that as well. that they added into the game. And then let's look at this key point here.
Have to time it necessarily? Well, first of all, tempo-based shooting mostly makes sense the closer you are to your timing window. The further you were from your timing window, the more difficult it was to really match the tempo of your shot. So, the
So essentially, what he was saying here is that he started using different players and he started missing shots. Okay, so it's going to be important that you practice with different cards, different players, so that way you can time their shots and you'll be able to win more games. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward through that piece there.
test actually contributed to a miss by using rhythm shooting. So once again, I was more likely to release shots slightly late than early just because the motion for early releases is a bit more difficult than that for late releases. But in any case, what you're gonna see from this clip with Steph Curry right here is that there is a quicker shot motion associated with an earlier release.
So I like that because he was able to generate space and make himself open. Okay, so I think that's important to note, especially as if anybody likes to go ISO, likes and you're really good at dribbling, and you're able to create the space you need to hit really any type of jump shot that you need. So I like that. To me, that's more realistic. And the way Steph just did that in the game, that's how he would actually do it in real life, okay?
And a well-timed release that combines with a more intuitive timing is that 2K26 is delivering on the promise of the gameplay blog. I know it looks kind of crazy that I'm making white release shots, but just remember that the new system gives you more flexibility in the speed of your shot, and therefore by definition we can't just require that you have to perfectly time the timing window for your rhythm shots. Now they control a different thing, which is the speed of your jumper, which, as seen from my tests, directly affects the length of time in which you'll have to time your tempo-based shots. So I saw some comments where people were saying...
So right there, so the shot Jimmy Butler just said, so to us, 42% should probably be a miss, right? But because the tempo was excellent when he released it, it counted as a green. So that's kind of going to be where, you need to really think as a defensive player, okay, do I really need to jump to get more of a contest to affect the tempo? Or is me putting my hand up good enough? So 2K24, they used to have what we call a ghost contest, okay? Where no, you really didn't contest the shot, you just put your hand up, but the game counted as a contest. It really wasn't. So that's why on 2K25, you see a lot of players, you just shoot over players. Like if you had Wemby, Yao Ming, Kevin Durant, you can just shoot right over the top people, and the hand contest didn't affect the shot. So I think that's going to be something else that we see in 2K26.
That this was basically a cheat code, or this was basically 2K hand-holding you. As you've seen from the tests, depending on what release you choose, it will have an impact on how easy or difficult or how natural or intuitive the tempo-based timing feels. And in any case, rhythm shooting in 2K25 required you to time two different things, and it gave you a significant boost. In 2K26, at least according to Mike Wang, there is not gonna be a boost for rhythm shooting versus your regular timing based shots, either by using square or the stick, though I think the stick in general will have an advantage in terms of boosts. But in theory, rhythm shooting shouldn't have any additional boost other than you can now control your shot. And for people who used rhythm shooting last year, it continues to feel natural, and it continues to...
Alright, so that'll be the gist of the video, alright? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you like the new changes to shooting. Let me know if you like the RNG being removed. Let me know if you're going to be using rhythm shooting. Like for me, I always shoot with the meter rolling. So that just helps me to time my jumpers better, especially when I play online. So we'll see how these new features work out, and if that causes me to change the way I shoot and play the game. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we are out.